Yeah.
Alright, so, what is up, guys? I am one of your hosts at this lovely show. I'm BTG Inferno, otherwise known as Ryan, and this is.
Well, my online username just goes by Senile Penguin. So you can think of me as your big old penguin buddy.
See how Penguin.
Yep, Senile Penguin 91. That's my PlayStation and Xbox tag. So.
And
I actually go by Katie. I'm relatively new to video games, so I actually don't have a gamer tag or anything like that. But we'll get there.
we're working on it. So
Yeah.
she's more PC style. So this is the first episode of our podcast. This is going to be something that we do every. We're going to be doing this bi-weekly. It's going to be we're going to do 2 episodes today. One's going to be just a general podcast, video gaming news, your new releases, things like that. And then the next one will actually be a spoiler. So if you're tuning into the live stream, then you'll get both of them. If not, we're going to edit this down so that, we'll be upstreaming or uploading one of these streams a week. So we'll basically have 2 episodes for this.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it. Cena. Penguin, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5. That's become one of my favorite games that I've ever played. I love sandbox games, so any kind of, prototype, those kinds of games. And I've also been playing a lot of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key on the iPhone.
Yeah. How are you liking what is it? Kingdom Hearts
Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, and actually it's Union Key is what it's called now.
Yeah, okay, so I checked that game out. I haven't played a lot of it, but what I did play of it, it was done surprisingly well.
It was. I am not a fan of microtransaction games. I don't know if you've seen a lot of those just overpopulating.
There's a lot of those then?
There's a ton of them.
Or, I mean, there are a lot of microtransactions.
Microtransaction games are one of the worst, but Kingdom Hearts Union Key is better because they give you more opportunity to earn like the jewels that you need to buy the premium metals, which are just stuff in there. And the story is really awesome. There's a lot of story to it, so you can easily skip the stuff and just go right to the fighting, but there's quite a bit of backstory in that game, and there's I think about 615 missions currently right now. So it's not just a simple game. You'll be playing for an awfully long time.
Yeah. So what about GTA 5? I mean, what are you doing there as far as like online? Because I'm actually pulling up some gameplay for us right now just to kind of check out.
Well, I'm still trying to get through the main campaign, so that when I do play online, I'm not going to have a hard time getting, the guns or whatever, just having access to a lot more stuff. So I haven't been playing too much online, but the little that I have, mostly just what I do is I just go around and just,
Do
go
what
around
this guy's
killing
doing?
people. Yeah, basically.
Whatever he's doing, I guess he's sliding down.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just now picked up. Actually, I'll go in and I'll save that for what I've been playing here. But I mean, is that it? Anything else?
I kind of started playing Clash of Clans again, but again, it's one of those kinds of microtransaction games, so it's kind of bittersweet. None of my friends are playing it, but not the funnest game in the world.
Yeah, it's those games are fun. What about you, Katie? Anything right now?
Not at the moment. I have been meaning. So I'm a huge Blizzard fan. So I really like Diablo. Diablo is one of my favorites. I could play that game all day, every day, and never get tired of it. And it's honestly the same with World of Warcraft. I'm kind of a broke bitch, so I can't really afford to. I can't really afford to play it too often.
We all work at the same place.
Yeah, so we all know the struggle. The struggle is real, but yeah.
So here's the thing: have you been following any of the Warcraft Legion stuff?
Not recently, no.
What's the last DLC you done?
I don't remember. It's been
Yeah.
a while. I
tried it. Like I tried it. I can't.
I know it's
I
definitely.
tried it too.
I just.
It's
can't.
definitely not for everybody, and I completely get that.
Which is funny
I
because my father absolutely loves that game,
Yeah.
and I've tried it. It's just it just got ruined for me because, you know, I had friends that were really into it, and so they're like, "Hey, man, you know, we got a guild. Like, when you get home tonight, like at 4, you better be on because we got to do this dungeon."
And it's really intense like that. You really have to be kind of picky with who you choose to play with.
Okay.
People
okay.
can be really, you know.
The problem I had with it, okay, so it was like, it's just like every other MMO. It was just like, you know, they were the father of MMO. So like it was always like, okay, go here, go do this, and then go do this, and then go do this. I wanted to just dungeon crawl. That's all I wanted to do.
And I know lots of people that, you know, prefer that, and I know that people play the game for a lot of different type of reasons. I know you can do role playing and just do, you know, things like that. What I enjoy most about it is the story. To be honest, I'm really into that kind of stuff, and
just the lore of it.
Yeah, the lore. I've always really been interested in, you know, lore and mythology and any kind of thing. It's been, you know, an interest of mine since as long as I can remember. So.
Right. So. Oh, I had a question and I forgot what it was.
That happens.
Yeah, that game's not for me. It wouldn't be so bad, except they want me paying for a membership.
Yeah, it's like $14.99, $15, whatever dollars a month. And you know, that's just a subscription. There are things you can buy in game.
Yeah, so
well.
again,
Yeah.
microtransactions.
Yeah. I know, yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. It's just the kind of game that I prefer. But Diablo is definitely the top of the list. Something else that I enjoy too is horror games. Like I'm a huge fan of the Silent Hill games.
Oh.
I know. And what was the Amnesia was another one. I haven't gotten around to really playing it yet. I've only started the first little bit of it, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that game is pretty.
Yeah, it's scary.
Terrifying. You know,
what is it? Amnesia, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so scary about it?
The jump scares?
Yeah, that's
essentially.
It's got atmosphere.
Yeah, it's very spooky in
because
general. And
you're just told about this creature, and it's just kind of making noises, you know, trying to scare you.
So they don't really give you like a weapon of any
Nope.
sort.
not really.
See, I think
it's a survival game.
Yeah. So are you like in a house with a flashlight and you're like tracking down ghosts?
Not ghosts,
No.
but just this thing that's in there.
Yeah, it's like a huge mansion. Excuse me.
Okay, so
Castle.
I think my buddy Chris played that. I don't remember if it was exactly that or not, but he loved horror games. Like he played horror games. Like he beat the shit out of Dead Space 1 through 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I have been playing a lot. So first I'll start with GTA 5 because we were talking about GTA 5. This Diablo 1 gameplay, for whoever's wondering, it's only like a little 3-minute video here.
That's adorable. I love it.
This was back in the day. Anyway, I don't play Diablo. I don't play WoW really. I play a game you should check out, Overwatch.
So I've been considering getting into it. It's just I'm not a huge fan of first-person shooters.
Right.
So it's hard for me, and I've been curious about playing it. One of my best friends plays it, and she thinks it's the bomb. So
I kind of understand why, because it is a bit different because of its like more, I wouldn't say cartoonish like
yeah,
Well,
it's
Team
what
Fortress was.
Yeah.
What I can say about this game, because I've actually played this game, and I haven't played it in a minute. It's been a while, but what I can say about this game is that it's completely different from every other first-person shooter that you'll ever play.
that's what I've heard too.
Because not all the classes are based around either shooting someone or supporting someone or something like that.
Right.
Like your classes in that, it is a true like. A lot of people say it's not a MOBA, but they have classes for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'll be waiting for the comments that are telling me how wrong I am. But it's a MOBA is what it is. It has classes, and each class works off another class.
Yeah.
So the ideal team would be a balance of like 3 shooters, 3 support, 3 defense, and 3 whatever other class there is, and their medic, I think is what it is.
Yeah.
And each one of those has a different they are true to their class. Like if you're a medic, you have a gun, it's not gonna hurt anything. It's gonna heal your characters.
Right.
Yeah, that's what your job is.
And
Like, if you-
that I appreciate actually. That's a pretty efficient way, I think.
Right, and
you
like
know?
and like not only that, but like if you're gonna give a class like Borderlands is a really good example. Okay, so like Borderlands had like the berserker, the assassin, and blah 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 whatever, and each one of those classes didn't really stick to those classes all that well. Like they were just kind of like, okay, this is what your character is really good for. Now go do whatever the hell you want.
Right. And
Yeah.
there's no, in my mind, there'd be no
It's
point
a
in even
recommendation.
having.
Exactly. Yeah.
exactly.
It's a recommendation. It's like play however you want at that point. You know what I mean? And then.
Ooh, speedrun of Diablo in 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Well,
that's pretty fast.
We'll get some Kingdom Hearts gameplay up here.
Here we go.
That's the way to go.
Yeah. So something.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, and I was just gonna say that something, you and Cody, you're, especially really in Kingdom Hearts. I'm not very familiar with that game, but I know it's a huge thing for you both.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this game is okay. So I guess I'll start with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. I've been playing a few games this past couple weeks here. Kingdom Hearts is what I'm working on right now, and now I've beat this game several dozen times.
Yeah.
Like anybody our generation that had played these games has. It's a good game. I don't care what anybody says. It's a good game. All right.
Yeah.
But there's
And-
people that actually hate it.
People weren't very nice to this game because it did the Final Fantasy Disney crossover thing, and what you gotta understand is these are the people that made Final Fantasy. Like if they want to put fucking Squall into a Kingdom Hearts game, they're welcome to do that. It's their character.
Exactly. So
Like-
why?
Have
Yeah.
you ever noticed though? Look how big his feet are.
Yeah, that was one of the main complaints that I had too. I was like, why are his feet so
They're
big?
What
so
reminds me of Mickey
large.
Mouse. I don't know if that's like intentional or not,
I
but
think it kind of is, given the way, like what he's wearing and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, when they made this game, like they didn't expect it to be huge. Like they were expecting
wow.
it to be
Yeah.
a one and done thing.
What?
Like you could,
Yeah, this
this
was
game could be
that's
a,
crazy pants.
like if
What?
you've actually played the game kind of wraps up in a way that kind of like like there
makes
could
you
be
wonder what
there
it
there
could
could
be
be
something,
another
but
one,
it could
but
be-
I mean, they got their island.
it's
back,
open
so-
to.
is. To kind of interpretation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like, this is the game that I've been playing more than anything right now, and it's because I'm trying to do a completionist. Now I've completed both these games, the remakes on PlayStation 3, both on 1 and 2, 100%.
Mhm.
I never did it on Proud. And I was like, I'm never going to do it on Proud. I don't want to
And
do
that's
it
the
on Proud.
hardest.
It's
That's the
really
hardest
tough.
level.
And now I'm doing it on Proud just because I was like, I want to do something really, really difficult.
Or what they call
And-
originally expert level.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm doing I'm doing a Road to 100 challenge that you guys can actually check out on Facebook. Most of the videos are uploaded there. I'm still working through the story, but I'll actually be uploading them to the Blue Corner, which is our fan page. Currently, that name will be changing. Let's see, what else? There was GTA Online, so GTA 5. Now look, I didn't pick this game up for the campaign missions. Honestly, I never played GTA for the campaign missions.
No.
My favorite thing was to put in cheats and just go blow stuff up.
Blow crap up.
Yep,
Like,
just blow stuff up and just mess with the computers.
Kill
Yeah,
hookers.
collect money.
To see how long
So, like-
how long you can last against the cops before you get either busted or killed.
So when I very first heard about Grand Theft Auto, I thought that was actually the objective of the game. That you just like messed around the entire time, and there was no like plot or any sort of campaign or story to follow. I thought it was just like a game to.
There's quite a bit of campaigning there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for the campaign. Like, this guy's gonna. We'll get some. This is kind of how the fights go here, I guess. Okay, interpretation. But anyway, there's a lot to be said for like the campaign in GTA 5. Like it got the ratings that it did for a reason. But like my thing is I like the online cape because all my friends they play online, you know, and like I got it for the Xbox, and they play online, and like honestly I have fun doing the missions or free roam or racing or anything. It's a hoop. it's fun. So it's just fun. Oh shit. Let's see, what else have I been playing? Persona. That's
we
where
spoke about that game the other day.
That's where most
like
of my time has been.
mine was blown.
That's
I didn't even know
I
that it
haven't-
could be like that.
I've never played them. Don't know nothing about it.
so
Yeah.
I've never played a Persona before this Persona, right? And I heard some stuff about it, and I was like, this game is weird. It's just weird. And like when you first pick it up, like literally, there's like 2 hours of setup, just like talking cutscenes, just like consecutively, just one right after the other,
So
and
you
you're
get
just
to
like,
play at all?
you get to
then?
fight
That's
once.
One
Yeah.
time?
One time, it's an easy one-shot kill, because you know, like the way the battle is, like they have like guard, you like it's your classic
Oh my God.
turn-based JRPG. So if you think about that, you think about like Final Fantasy or something like that. You know what I mean? It's JRPG. I'm sure it's just like any other Persona game out there.
Mhm.
So you have like an item, you have a guard, you have an attack persona, which is like your magic, quote unquote, and then you have like your L buttons, which do like analyze and stuff. They did a really good job with this game.
Right.
I have put in a total of 40 hours into this game. I am almost finished with dungeon number 2.
Oh,
And how
gosh.
long is
That's so long.
how long is this game? I mean,
This game, okay, so I'm not quite sure the exact time, but one of the podcasters that I listened to, I put in 108 hours into this game.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
And I don't know if that's the completionist time. I don't know if that's just the time from beginning to end, or, you know, as far as like the dungeons go, or if he's beat it more than one time. But I'm telling you, like, this game is probably the longest game I've ever played.
But
Wow.
it's fun and worth it, right?
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I literally cannot drop the controller when I play this game. Like, I'm up for hours. Like, I'm like, if I'm going to work,
Mhm.
I dare not pick up this game.
Yeah.
Like, it's the kind of game that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just it's definitely worth playing, I would say.
That's good to know, honestly.
Yeah, I'll definitely, because Kingdom Hearts has got a huge lore behind it, so I'm way into games that have a lot of lore, which you think, since you talked about World of Warcraft, I'd be kind of into it.
Right, but it's World of Warcraft is a completely different ballgame,
Yeah.
than...
There's a difference between a Japanese RPG and a regular RPG.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly it. Like JRPG and traditional RPGs are a lot different. Like, and I can say like JRPGs are like the father figure of RPGs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like for the most part, like you're gonna get different game types. Like for instance, Kingdom Hearts, hack and slash RPG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which by the way, we'll be doing our spoiler on this game, which is kind of why we're mentioning it here. But like, not only that, but I'm doing some cool stuff with this game, and I know Cody is too. So.
Yep.
And with the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 very likely being this year.
God, man. I am so done with this waiting because I have, ever since I picked Kingdom Hearts 2 up, way back when, after I beat that game, I was hooked. And it's kind of a funny story how I played these games. Because this game right here was like one of the last ones that I actually played in the series. So I started playing Kingdom Hearts 2 because, I saw gameplay of Kingdom Hearts 1 and I happened to be in a GameStop and I picked up the game and I didn't realize that it said Kingdom Hearts 2 on the front of it and not Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh, wow.
So I picked this game up and then I'm learning about who's the Sora character, why is his memory being erased, what's going on? So I'm just playing through and I get through like 4 or 5 hours of the game and then I see the title of the game pop up. After playing for a very long time, I thought, oh, I'm making progress. No, you just got past the tutorial.
Prologue.
Yeah, it was.
It's like a 2-hour prologue.
Yeah.
And that's like I was doing a speed run of this game and I made it through the prologue in like 30 minutes. But like that's like skipping videos.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they're so like if you watch every single video, it'll take a lot longer than 2 hours.
Well, watching a video is really essential to the game.
It is.
Or...
It's very essential.
This is one of those games where like if you don't pay attention to the cutscenes, you're not gonna know what you're doing.
Right.
Not only that, but you're not going to know what's going on. Like there's like for instance, like if you paid attention to the cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 2, you know who this guy is that he's fighting, and you know that you're in for a hell of a fight if you're going to fight him. Like, and you just know that because either A, you've been introduced to him from Final Fantasy, or B, you read the journals and it does talk about Sephiroth.
Wait, so I'm a little bit confused now. Are Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy related as far as
okay, so
or
there's a lot of argument here. Okay,
Yeah.
so the Final Fantasy series happens in the same universe as Kingdom Hearts. I don't care who says what about it. That's what it is. All right, it's like like Squall explains that Hollow Bastion was their home world, and Hollow Bastion is like the world
where everybody is.
Where all the Final Fantasy characters are. So like you visit Hollow Bastion and it turns into Radiant Garden in the second one and all this crazy stuff happens. But it does happen in the same universe. There's a lot of argument about that, and a lot of people make a really good case for why it isn't. But the characters are there.
Yeah.
I mean, and the game was made by Enix, who created Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
So the thing is if they say it happens in this universe, that's what I'm gonna go by.
Yeah.
They never specifically said in the Final Fantasy series that Kingdom Hearts wasn't related.
Right.
You know what I mean? And never explained that at any point.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it never mentions Kingdom Hearts in the series
so
either.
It's however you kind of want to.
Exactly. It's according to the lore of the lore in their entirety of the Final Fantasy characters, it happens in the same universe as Kingdom Hearts.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
I mean, but really, really cool.
Well, like this isn't the only game, I guess. Wolfenstein and Doom are also
That
like
I've heard.
related.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've heard that definitely.
So,
I
like,
think of a few others.
I'm drawing a blank on a couple other ones right now, but yeah. So I mean, it's. I've always loved this game. I've never had anything bad to say about it except for the Heartless 13 and the remake that they put out, which you got to know something about every single drive form in order to be able to do anything to those things and reach your
Yep.
goals there. So like yeah, I'm gonna do a walkthrough on those. They're annoying.
Yeah,
They're really annoying.
It's those things are pretty tough.
So, and then I think that's everything actually that I've been playing for this week. Persona took up a lot of my time. Persona 5,
Yeah.
which
For
is
sure.
like
I've
in
heard
the
that's-
top 10 RPGs ever made.
Yep, that's what
So-
I hear about that game every time I hear somebody talk about any kind of JRPG. Persona 4 is, or 3 or 4 is up on the
It's
top there.
so damn corny, but so damn good. Like
Yeah.
it takes you and puts you in this world, and you're just like, I can do so much stuff right now, and like you literally like, they dropped me in this game, right? And after like most of the setup's done, and they're like, you know, we introduce you to the palace, and there's this other stuff that you can do to work on your ranks and stuff. Like there's knowledge, guts, charm, proficiency,
Mhm.
and one other one. I can't remember the other one. But anyway, they're like, so just in case you're having a hard time, because you have a goal to complete this palace, and if you don't complete the palace by that goal, it's game over. You have to start all over.
Yeah.
So
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
That sucks.
Well,
though, God.
yeah. So
Better not mess up.
or from your last save, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
it's a good idea to create more than one save in this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so if you don't meet your goal, what I do is I create a save at the very beginning of every palace that I play,
Yeah.
and then I'll create another save that just kind of saves my progress,
Yeah.
so that if I do reach that
goal.
extension goal or whatever, or
Mhm.
that time frame.
Yeah, so you're breaking it up, kind of like speedrunners do with save states and stuff.
Exactly.
It's kind of making sure that you don't mess up. Like you get all the way up to like one part. Oh man, I completely messed up here. Well, now I gotta completely restart the whole game.
Exactly.
My one of my people that I know, they played Final Fantasy X, and they tried to go back to this area to go get EXPs. They're grinding.
Or whatever.
And there was one particular item that they needed to get to come back through this location that they had come from. So they go one way, and they try to go back out. Sorry, you need the whatever item in order to leave this place.
Oh
And
man.
they had clocked in like almost 40 plus hours. And they're like, I've got to start completely over. I'm stuck. There is no way for me to get out of there. And I'm like, well, we could use cheat codes. And they're like, no,
yeah, well,
not gonna do that.
yeah.
So it was a bad situation because I would be pretty upset. Like if I clocked in like 100 plus hours on Kingdom Hearts, and I get to like the very last part of the boss, it's like, oh, you need blah 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 item in order to continue forward, but the location is gone forever.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's real.
The struggle of gamers.
Yep. And so like if you don't complete it by that date, you have to start all over. So like
Dang,
it's like
that's rough.
yeah. So I it's a good idea to create multiple saves, but I never thought that I'd like a game like this. Final Fantasy Lightning Returns, or I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
Return of Lightning or something like that. It's a Final Fantasy 13 game.
Yeah.
And like I hated that game. I hated it.
A lot
Like,
of people.
I-
A lot of people didn't like it, unfortunately.
Another game I really didn't like, Dead Rising. Time limit games. Can't do it.
Yeah, time limit games are tough. That's why
I like
played,
to take my time running through a game.
Yeah, I
think
don't-
it would be fun. I think it would be a little stress, and I don't want to play a game. To be
and I don't want to
stressed.
have to continue to look at a walkthrough because then
Yeah,
that'll
because
kind
it's
of
cutting into my time.
well,
Yeah,
not only that,
if
but
you
it takes
don't-
away from the experience because then you know
Right.
kind of where to go
Mhm.
instead of figuring it out by yourself.
right. So I don't know. Time games suck, but Persona 5 was done extremely well. Like, and it is a long game. So like, I highly recommend it. Anybody that's into JRPGs, definitely go pick up this game if you have a PS4. I don't think it's on PC. I think it's a PS4 exclusive. So.
Yeah, I think it might be.
So normally we do new releases, and I don't have a lot for you guys. I know the Crash Bandicoot Insane remakes are coming
Yeah,
out.
that's coming out.
I know
the newest
Injustice
Kingdom
2
Hearts.
release. Yeah,
Yep, Kingdom Hearts came out.
Kingdom Hearts 2.8 recently came out as well, so that's something to look for if you're interested in that game.
There was one game that's recently come out though. It's still in early access, but it's on Steam, and it's one of the most interesting games I think I've ever played. And it's called Kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
Yeah.
It's $5, so play it, and you may think you know what's happening, but you don't.
We really don't.
You really don't.
Is it
You
just,
think
is
you
it,
know
is
what's
it
gonna
just
happen?
insanity?
It's crazy.
It's
Yeah, I don't want to
different
give.
for
I don't
sure.
want to give anything away. I know it's like, oh man, why do you got to do that? But really,
you really gotta play it.
I don't want to give anything away because if I do, that'll take away from your experience. If you don't want to, there are YouTubers out there that'll play it. So, but it's a super fun game.
Mhm.
And it's called Kindergarten for
Yeah.
the PlayStation 4?
No, it's actually for Steam. So sorry, console users. That's just
Yeah,
how.
it's just crazy.
I'm a console gamer myself, so playing PC games is that takes a lot of extra effort for me. But there are quite a few PC games that I absolutely love to play.
So, everybody ignore what you see on the screen right now.
Oh.
Don't
Sorry
look.
about
Don't
that.
look.
Sorry about that.
Technical.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
All right,
I'm fine.
we're back on track.
I was trying to find some new releases. So everybody that's wondering, some of our news does come from Game Informer, which is pretty reliable.
Oh,
A lot of our
Sorry, the dog sneezed
okay,
on me.
Scooter, get down.
Come
Go.
on, Scooter.
It's okay.
Um.
Oh.
Here we go. Game releases. Game releases for this week here. This is Friday the 2nd, or Friday the 30th, excuse me, through Wednesday the 7th.
Mhm.
So Friday the 2nd, or excuse me, Friday the 30th, it doesn't tell me. Okay, it's from Friday the 2nd to Friday the 30th of this month. So, Friday the 2nd, so I'm assuming this is June, Tekken 7 releases for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Tekken 7.
Yeah. Have you guys
not.
seen any gameplay on that?
Nope. I haven't been
No.
keeping up with Tekken since Tekken 2. And that was when it was in the arcade, so I really don't keep up with Tekken that much.
Tekken, sorry guys, technical difficulties here. I'm just gonna fix this quick. I don't even care.
We'll get it all figured out. But no, Tekken. It was one of the first fighting games that I ever played, and that I absolutely got smashed on. Because once you get past stage 1, okay, well the CPU's not gonna give any kind of mercy on you now, so you better learn the controllers from round 1.
Yep. That's
Really?
pretty much.
What?
Well,
It went from easy to very hard.
well, the thing about Tekken was that it was never really meant to be like a soft game. Like it was hardcore gaming. Like it was like the very first fighting game where you had very different characters with very different styles and very different ways to fight different characters.
Right.
So like, for instance, it was a PS. It was for PS1 and 2. I believe Dark Cloud 2 was an extremely cool game. Did you guys ever play that game?
Dark Cloud?
I've heard
Dark
of
Cloud
it,
was sick.
but I
Sam
mean, I've never
Gardner
played
was
it.
saying Dark Cloud 2 is...
Afraid I don't know.
Okay, so this game, dude, I played the first one. I don't know if I played the second one. I know I played the first one. This game, you start with nothing. You're in like this basin, and you have nothing. You just this empty field with like your little camp area over here, and you got to go into this cave. And as you progress through this cave, like the enemies get stronger and stronger, and you get more stuff to build your village and stuff. It was a cool game. But anyway, Tekken was extremely cool because, like, I had a bunch of friends that came over and played.
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
and I don't
That's
care
really
who
the
says
only
what.
way
I
to
used
play it.
Eddie. I'm on Xbox Live, BTG Inferno. Come at me.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Shots fired.
But I use Eddie and we had friends that came over all the time and played, and like I got really good at the game, and then I played on the hard difficulty on the computer, thinking, I'm good shit at this game.
Right.
No, I got my ass kicked a lot. Like I'd make it past like the first I don't know 30 or the first 3 rounds, and then after that everything was just downhill.
Yeah, dude, that's why I don't like playing fighting games competitively, because the people that play that game, they like breathe that night and day, and they are so technical. That's why I will, even though it's one of my favorite fighting games of all time, Super Smash Bros. Melee, I will
love that
never
game.
ever play anybody competitively on that, because I've seen rage videos of people just straight up just chucking their controller because they were like frames off.
I went on a
Isn't that
30
scary?
win streak online. A 30 win streak.
Jeez.
Yeah. Like my overall win rate was like 75% out of like every 100 matches.
Wow.
Yeah, and then like for my last 10 matches it was at 100, and my last 30 I was at like 98.
Wow.
So like yeah. So like I can honestly say I breathed that game for a while.
Yeah, you
for
kinda
sure.
If you play anything competitive, I think you do kind of gotta breathe that night and day. But
Very rarely, very rarely I got somebody who was just really good. I'm gonna look at this chat real quick.
I can't see that far.
Yeah, and Sam Gardner was saying they're really lagging with Kingdom Hearts 3. They need to finish that, dude. So that was actually one of the things we were going to talk about is like Kingdom Hearts 3 at E3. I'll actually get into that a little bit later. Let me finish the game releases. We got Dirt 4, which will be releasing Tuesday the 6th, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. If you're into that thing.
Isn't that an off-road racing game?
I never played it.
I think so. I think it's like...
I saw my buddy's dad Gene was into it a lot, but I don't know about it. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Elder Scrolls Online, they're releasing Morrowind, so that'll be for PS4, Xbox One, and PC as well as the Wipeout Omega Collection and ARMS for the Switch if you're into that. I guess. The 20th, they'll be releasing Final Fantasy 15. The 23rd will be Ever Oasis for the 3DS. RPG Maker for the 3DS.
Final Fantasy 15 finally being released. God.
Oh
Those
yeah,
guys
Final
went through
Fantasy
hell.
15 was released recently
Those
too.
Those guys went through hell trying to get that game.
Dude, that game went on for years. For
It was
years,
Final Fantasy
they promised
13
us.
Versus.
Yeah, it was Final Fantasy. At first, it was Final Fantasy. It was going to be Final Fantasy 14. Then they were like, "No, we're not going to use 14 because 14 we'll use for our MMO." So they went back to 13, and then it was Final Fantasy 13 Versus. So they changed it to like 4 or 5 times, but and then they didn't get it out by the release date that year, which I think was 2011 or 2012. So they pushed it back, and they're like, fuck it, we're done with Final Fantasy. Let's just make a completely new one. We'll call it Final Fantasy 15.
What?
Yeah, that's how that happened. Yeah, way to go, Enix. You guys really
That's crazy.
drove sales on that one.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that Kingdom Hearts 3 will be here, because it has been a long development cycle, even though they've only been working on it since, like, I think 2013.
But what I'm nervous is that you're going to be disappointed.
And see, okay, so that was the biggest problem with No Man's Sky, right?
Yeah, that's
So-
what I heard.
Oh
That it
my
was
God.
really heavily anticipated. Everyone was really stoked and looking forward to it. And then,
For those who don't know, spoiler, but what the whole point of the game is you're trying to get to the center of the universe. And
Spoiler, he says, like he's spoiling anything
Like,
in that
yeah,
game.
So what ends up happening is you finally get to where the center of the universe is. You know, you've clocked in God knows how many hours,
At
and
this
then
point,
you get to the center, and then you wake up.
yeah.
All it is just a reflection on what you've done.
what? Are you kidding me? I didn't know
Nope.
that.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's all it is. Like, it just starts the game over completely. Just
So it's
starts
like
a new
not-
game over.
Not.
Whoa, dude, that is super lame.
Right? I played that game because it was kind of like Minecraft in space. So it was cool, but it was very limited with what you could do. You couldn't actually go out and like explore, like in
Right.
Spore,
Right.
which is what they kind of were making it seem like. It's like the Spore, but for online.
Dude, okay,
Really
so
didn't
like
come
real
close.
quick, since we're talking about it, and you know the hype is over for this game, and everybody knows it's shit by now. But like, since we're talking about this game, like, I've heard so many bad things, like frame rate drops. Dude,
Yep.
I was gonna buy this game for PC. I was gonna buy No Man's Sky for PC, and
Gonna buy it for my PS4.
and I just couldn't do it. I can't
And-
spend $60 on a game like that.
And I heard about it before I knew what the ending was, and it looked fun, and it looked cool, and it looked like something I would really enjoy. And then once I found out, what the ending was, it's not a big deal. I think it saves me $60.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
because
'cause
I would be so upset, and it's kind of like, in my mind, it would almost be kind of a waste of money. There's no, I don't know.
There's no like, you really don't like have the want to
Right.
to do it after
It's a
that.
huge disappointment in general. It's not, yeah.
And I dropped my little piece of paper.
Oh,
Wherever that went.
Uh,
So, we're actually quickly running out of time. So after this, we're gonna do a spoiler. But real quick, I wanted to touch on your guys's predictions for E3, and we might have to go a little bit over because we still got news that I want to get out of the way.
yeah.
But real quick, I want to go over your guys' expectations for E3 now. Caitlin, you're new, so
Yes, I don't know
know.
actually what it is or what
Right,
it's about.
right.
So,
So
I'm just
E3, I
gonna-
believe, stands for Exclusive 3. It's the big 3 exclusives: Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. So
well, it stands for Electronic Entertainment Expo.
right.
So-
Oh, okay. E3. Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah,
So
but it does have the big 3 companies like Microsoft, Sony, and all them, and
so what exactly?
a bunch of others. So, do you know what Comic-Con is, right?
Oh, Yeah.
So it's the gaming version of Comic Con.
Okay.
They don't have people to sign autographs of it, but they do have game developers there
Well, that's
to show
cool.
off all the video games that are there. You stand in line and play demos, and that's basically all you're doing. Just
But that's
playing
cool as hell.
demos.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, and it's just a video game convention where.
Is this a car
Yeah.
in
they're
Final
fucking-
Fantasy?
Yeah, dude.
What?
They're just pushing a car.
I don't.
There was a train too. I saw earlier.
What?
Yeah.
This is not what I remember the Final
Then I
Fantasy.
don't know
universe.
Exactly.
what
So
that is.
this is the problem that people have had with this game. Like, most of the time, you're doing stupid stuff like this. Like you're
They're
just
pushing
pushing
a
a car.
That's not really pertinent.
There's nowhere that they're going. Where are they going? There's no gas station.
I
There's
don't know.
no
I
gas
haven't been
station.
really- I haven't really been reading what they've been saying. All I've seen is all of a sudden they're fighting this giant demon, and now they're in a car.
I'm trying to push them.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
But I'm sure we can expect to see something from Kingdom Hearts there. That's
Man, I am.
there's a lot of rumors.
I don't want to
floating
hold my breath, but I am kind of hoping that maybe we'll get something, some kind of information saying, "Oh yeah, well, it's coming out in 2018, but we don't actually know. Like we don't have a date. If we can get some kind of release window, like summer or spring or
They-
winter."
did it a long time ago, dude, and then they were just like it wasn't even last E3. It was the E3 before that. They're like, "Hey guys, we're working on Kingdom Hearts 3, but we have nothing for you."
So
Yeah,
why
And
even
then so
announce
this
it?
E3, right? So this E3, we're like, "Oh yeah, we're super excited. We're gonna hear about Kingdom Hearts 3." Nothing. You guys did that on purpose.
Well, I heard that
Like-
this year, because I've been keeping up on the Kingdom Hearts Insider, and they have a lot of interviews from Nomura himself, and they said that this year there's going to be a lot of information being revealed. So
Sweet.
I'm hoping that this year we'll finally get some answer to when Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be released.
That would
Because
be nice. Sure would be
I
nice.
don't know about you, but I about had a heart attack back in 2013 when they first debuted that trailer, and I was screaming like a little girl. As I was finally excited that this is a real thing, and it's not just like an idea, oh, it might come out. Like, I know a lot of games like that where they anticipate the release of something, and
what was it? Scalebound? Was it Scalebound that Microsoft canceled? I think it was Scalebound. I think that was the name of it. But like Microsoft's been having some first-party troubles with their releases. So like Scalebound actually followed that really well. Like that's a really good example. Like they were like, yeah, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. Don't worry, guys, it's coming. It's not coming out.
nope.
We lied. Everything was a lie.
Shut
Yeah.
it down.
They shut it down, and they also shut down Lionsgate, which is the people who made Fable.
Wait, really? I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Wow.
they were shut down too. You'll never see another Fable game made by that company, ever. But I mean, it is what it is. Like Microsoft's having some trouble, you know. And to be entirely honest, Lionsgate's kind of old news. You know what I mean? What were they working on? Mobile games. They were working on a
Well,
Fable
aren't
card
they a
game.
movie company though too, or is that different?
I have no idea.
I thought
Well,
Lion-
but I know Blizzard's
probably
working
separate
on a studio,
companies.
getting a studio together. Like that's what
Yeah.
that World of Warcraft movie was about.
Yeah.
How's it?
But yeah, I've heard mixed reviews.
So I really wanted to see it, and then I kind of, heard about it, and I was like, I don't want it to be. I don't want my feelings about WoW to be tainted.
Yeah, so it all depends on. I don't know. I definitely want to check it out eventually. So I guess that's a good segue into news. So there's a lot to talk about this week. The very first thing I want to talk about is the Microsoft news. So everybody knows that Scorpio's in the process of being worked on.
Yep.
So, the problem with it is they're taking this premium console, or this premium console, quote unquote, and they're jacking up the prices. Like basically, like the just between the GPU and the graphics card and the GPU, I think it was, is basically going to cost them $700 between just those two prices. Then you got casing, then you got RAM, which I'm sure goes into, you know, a premium console like that. So they're saying that this console can cost anywhere between $600 and $800. And great, if you don't have a PC and you're not a Steam gamer, that's awesome.
Right?
Like, get that thing and buy Game Pass, like, from the Xbox. Like,
Right.
Phil Spencer, he's on a roll with that stuff. Like, if you got those two things, you are a premium gamer. You got access to all the Xbox games you want, plus you got a disc drive and a premium console that that is treated like a PC, right? See, so the problem with that is that I already have a PC.
Right.
And my PC does so much more than the Scorpio is going to do.
Exactly.
Why do I need a console that's going to be a PC? Why am I going to go pay $700 to $800 for a premium console, quote unquote, when I got this beast here and push out pretty much max on any game?
Right.
I mean, not any game now, I guess, because I'm only running a 970 GTX 970 Ti in it.
My only thing behind that, with me being a console gamer for the most part myself, is sometimes like it can be intimidating with the keypad and the mouse. But
Dude, anybody
I
that watched
guess-
my stream on Nier Automata knows, man. Like, go check that out, guys. You guys want to see me get my ass kicked hard at video games? Go look at that. Yeah, I got wrecked at that game. I need a controller for that game. So that's the big Microsoft news. I don't know. I mean, how do you guys feel about Scorpio?
I don't know. It really depends because like you said, like 4K stuff, you know, in a little machine like that. That's why I'm not a huge fan of the Steam machine.
Oh, the Steam box?
Or the Steam box, whatever that's called. Because sure, it's like a little computer and you can play your games on it and you have a little control pad and stuff. But I don't know. I have a friend of mine gotten kind of into an argument about it, and you know, like you're saying, you know, why go so little? You're getting so little stuff when you could probably spend that same amount of money
And get
a decent PC, because most PC games can use a control pad. Most of them are designed for it, and so, and most video cards have HDMI out, so you just have to find room for a keyboard and be able to just kind of just have a place to set everything, basically.
yeah.
Because it's not as easy as just holding a controller like this. You got to give yourself a little space.
Right, exactly.
In my mind, it's just kind of almost a waste of money. You know, why would you spend that much money on just one thing?
Yeah, like
you know,
I'll give you an example. Like when Blu-ray players first came out, Sony, of all people, sold just the Blu-ray players. And Blu-ray players, when they came out, they were still pretty expensive. They were like $200-$300, and I seen some of them even upwards to $400. And I saw the price of the PlayStation 3 at the time, which also has a built-in Blu-ray player, and it does the same functions as that DVD player, and it costs just the same amount of money. They're like, I don't want to play video games on that. It's like, that's beside the point. You can still use it as a media console.
That's absolutely right. Yeah.
So
expected prices and whatnot. You know, I did a little bit of research on this, and in addition to the processor that they have, it's also going to come equipped with 6 teraflops of processing power. Nobody knows what the hell that means.
I was gonna say.
I looked it up.
All it is the ability to handle more information.
Yeah.
And in a quicker fashion. It's more organized, essentially. They have more places to put things. And it handles bigger maps and more action on the screen without frame rate drops. And that's all it is. Like, they try to make it seem like some big, huge, like, it's revolutionary.
It's just like a little mini PC for your living rooms,
Dude,
basically.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds
I
like.
can do the same
an
thing with my
overpriced-
PC.
An overpriced one at that, because I'm sure those same amount of components you can buy by yourself probably cost you way less.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, they get a deal. Microsoft gets a deal. So a lot of the people are estimating that this is going to cost anywhere between $700 and $800. I said 6 and 8 because that's a little bit more realistic. All this is skeptical right now. You know what I mean? Because none of it is set in stone.
Yeah, take it with a
Right.
take it with a grain of salt.
A grain
you
of
know?
salt, exactly. Specs identical to the Scorpio in a computer would cost approximately $2,000. They say. I
Well-
call bullshit.
Well,
Okay.
at the time that this article is written, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
But when the Scorpio comes out, those components probably are going to be a little bit.
I would say that I'd say that the Scorpio is probably going to be a little better than my PC as far as computing goes.
Yeah.
But get a better graphics card, throw 16 more gigs of RAM in there, and I got a better PC than the Scorpio now.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I just
I'm
spent,
done.
I just spent like $80 more.
Mhm.
Yeah, the graphics card is where you're going to spend most of your money, and I could sell that
And the
972 Ti for $200-$300.
You
And
gotta
turn
have
around and spend another $300 on a better graphics card.
Mhm.
You know.
CPUs
So-
can be expensive, and you can really get overcharged for computer parts. You have to look in the right locations.
I recommend Newegg.
Newegg.
Newegg is really good.
Newegg is great.
Newegg is really good. It's going to be full VR capability as well. I'm sure everybody knows about the deal that Oculus and Microsoft are working on. So that's all good and dandy, I guess. Whatever. We'll save PlayStation for last because there's some interesting news there. But then the Nintendo is getting ballsy. They're canceling stuff and remaking other stuff. And
Yeah.
currently, the NES Classic Mini has been discontinued. They are going to make no more. You're not going to find any more of those distributed by Nintendo themselves.
And what
They are
gets
gone.
me about that is that scalpers are going to go to work.
Yep.
They are going to. It went from being, how much was it? Like $50
And
when it was first released. Something like
yeah.
that. They're gonna make that go upwards to $400 or $500.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
They do
Yeah.
that all. That's the unfortunate.
It
when
was
things get discontinued.
It was $60 when this console. I say console. It's really just a Raspberry Pi with a case.
basically.
But anyway, basically, they took this NES Classic and all these scalpers on Amazon were selling these things for $300-$400 a pop. I saw a
I believe
posting
it.
on Facebook, $250. This guy had 6 of them. He bought 6 of them and was selling them for
That-
$250 a piece.
Jeez.
God, that
He was
irritates
down
me.
to 2.
The profit.
So
Oh
people were
my
buying
God.
them.
Yeah.
People, do
Don't.
not buy these consoles from people who are going to jack up the price like
No.
that on
It's
you.
not worth it.
You can literally go buy a Raspberry Pi, a Generation 1 Raspberry Pi, for like $30 and hook it up to a computer and do everything that they did on this console
and more.
and more. Yeah, way more. And these people are charging $250 a pop for the same technology that would cost you $30 to get yourself.
Well,
Yeah.
it's even tougher because I think one of the reasons
Don't fall
why,
victim to these people.
one of the reasons I think Nintendo was kind of disapproving of is shortly after the Mini was released, or the Classic, people were already hacking it, and Nintendo was like, "Don't do that. We're not gonna support you if you do that." It's like, Well,
Well, you only gave us 60 games.
Right.
What?
it's a lot, but
Right. Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, but at least release a firmware update to where I can hook the thing up to a computer
yeah,
and get more games or something.
I think that's
Because
one of the,
obviously people are gonna crack that thing.
well, that's one of the things that I know that we're going to talk about it here in just a sec. But one of the things that people were kind of thinking that they were doing is that they're going to do something way bigger than what they've already done. They
What?
might release like some huge online store.
Right, and that's actually what they were talking about for the first time ever on the Switch here. Which, by the way, if you're a fan of the Nintendo Switch, it's the first console that Nintendo released that has sold. It sold faster than any other Nintendo console ever released in America.
Wow.
So, like, just if you're a Nintendo fan, just be aware Switch is doing well, regardless of what people say. Switch
It's
is
what
putting
the
Nintendo
Wii
on
U
the
should
map.
have been.
It's what the Wii U should have been. I think it's what they wanted the Wii U to be, but the technology wasn't there.
No,
Um,
the Wii U is just a big old.
yeah, well, I mean, you got to look at Microsoft putting out the Xbox One, and then Sony was putting out the PlayStation 4. And Nintendo's like, well, we got to answer.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, there's no. Excuse me. There's really no other option there. The SNES Classic is actually set to release this holiday season. I don't
know if I want to pick it up because, I don't want to be, like, as much as that we talk about these scalpers and stuff, it is nice to make a profit every now and then, but if they better have some sort of, I'd like it if they'd have something that, like you said, put more games on there, whether they have access to some kind of store or, something. Release like some kind of update that you can purchase, or,
right.
something like that.
Well, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to feel about this because I already have my PC
Right.
and like it's illegal or whatever to download these emulators. Well, number one, nobody really cares.
This.
Right. Well, number two, number one, no one really cares. Number two, the games that I do have, I bought a copy of once. It's not like I just heard about them and went out and downloaded them.
Yeah.
Like, it's the games that I bought a copy of prior to downloading.
And that's what's not illegal about it. Is if you own the copies of the game, you can download them. But going on to websites and downloading ROMs, don't do it, guys.
Well,
Don't
yeah.
condone piracy here.
No, well, no, obviously. But that's what I'm saying. Like, as long as you have the game, you bought a copy of the game, like, it's not a big deal. Like, you can just go on and get the same. Screw it right now. Get the same thing that they're doing for this technology with much cheaper technology.
He just wants to play.
Yeah, he wants to play. Sorry, guys. Trying to get my dog to settle down here. But yeah, don't fall victim to these scalpers.
Yeah,
Don't
don't pay those prices.
Don't do that. Yeah. And that's why Nintendo was getting so upset with people cracking them, is because people were downloading illegal ROMs.
Yeah.
And that's just, there's a gray market there, is what they call it.
Great.
A gray market.
Okay, sorry. I didn't
Okay.
mean to do that. Woo.
No, I think he's just getting
So PlayStation. This is where the news is. And do I have something for you guys?
No.
I have here concept art for the PlayStation 3. Or the PlayStation 5. PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 5 here.
That's pretty interesting. Interesting design.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, this is.
What do you think about that, Cody? Are you excited for the PlayStation 5 at all?
I am excited because I'm a Sony fanboy. I only have the Xbox 360 because that's what everybody else had at the time. Because the PlayStation 3 was too dang expensive when it came out. I'm super excited. I remember actually.
Sorry, the cat.
there was a Game Informer magazine of all things that I read that it said back in 2002, I think it's like the PlayStation 3 is just around the corner.
Mm.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
It's a pretty interesting concept.
Yeah, I think there's more here.
Oh.
Let's see. Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to let my dog out. Pain in the ass. Anyway, no, I mean,
Here's some concept designs too.
yeah, there's some more stuff here. I just pulled up some
That's kind
concepts
of
for you
cool.
guys.
I really like that. I really
Um,
like that look.
Mm.
So, there's a few rumors floating around here. That's cool. That's really neat. I like that. There's a few rumors floating around here. Now, everything on the PS5, guys, is concept, okay? So,
Yeah.
everything is theoretical with this console, okay?
Just
Sony
like
was
the
just like,
PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4. This is no different.
yeah,
We all
Sony,
remember the infamous boomerang controller that Sony decided to release at E3 2006, and then all of a sudden it changed to the DualShock 2 design.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, well, it was just like a silver boomerang, basically.
Mm.
Let's see if I can find it real quick here. Let's
but, oh, sorry.
Yeah. Nah, but yeah, it's just it's just
My dog. Gosh.
yeah.
Poor guy sounds like he's dying.
Hopefully.
But anyway, this is the PlayStation 5 concept designs that they have out there. Now, there's a lot of different rumors floating around about this, guys. There's rumors about them replacing the touchpad with a hologram display.
Ooh.
There's rumors about the disk drive going away entirely. Sony has yet to confirm any of this,
Yeah.
really, by the way. They're planning for the future. So,
Yeah.
gaming of the future. Okay, so theoretically, by 2020, we're supposed to have computers that process using light and not electricity.
What?
So the
I've never
computing
heard of that.
processes. In fact, here I can actually show you something really neat here.
That
It
would be pretty
is
crazy.
called right here. It is called optical computing. It's a new technology performs calculations at the speed of light. The basic idea behind this technology involves computers using light instead of electricity for computing.
Wow.
That's an insane concept.
How?
Like,
How is that?
What?
How? How are you going to stick light into that and
Make it work.
yeah? And then there's
Yeah.
some other stuff like the RAM, the DRAM that they're currently working on actually supports 125 more density of memory than the prior RAM did. So basically, what one cell would do for a normal computer, you can do 125 times that. So the DRAM is actually going to be used very, very efficiently. Like they're actually, this is, and again, this is all, skeptic right now, but the holographic projection, again, something to do with light. They're using light for everything in this console apparently. Fully supports VR. Obviously, everything's working toward that with PSVR, Vive, and Oculus. And talk of a unified operating system. Sony put a job listing out recently for a operating system designer or manager or something like that. Basically, the same person who designs operating systems.
Yeah.
Like they needed somebody for that. So my don't make an operating system, Sony. that is gonna put you in the ground.
Well, I think the operating system. I think they mean like just the overall design of it. But yeah, we don't need another operating system out there. We've got a billion of them already.
Absolutely. So here it is, guys. There's the PS5. I don't know what the hell that
That
is.
looks like a Chinese
That-
ripoff.
Yeah. There's Batman jumping out of a TV.
Oh, that looks like a phone.
Yeah. What the hell? Wait, what are you doing, Sony? What is this? What is this nonsense?
What is that? And stuff. That seems like a bad idea.
I don't even really know what that is.
It says like the screen is on the
It's a
actual
tablet,
console.
maybe?
I don't know.
A tablet there?
That's why
What
I
is
think
it?
some of these concepts are pretty bogus.
Well, yeah, and like that's the other thing I was gonna say is what is that? Yeah, that's bull for sure. That is not right. I could see that being a good design, actually. That wouldn't be terrible, I guess. I don't know where they put everything though. It's so slim.
Right.
But no. Yeah. So that's it for the news. Where'd my little piece of paper go?
Yeah,
Did you ever find that?
It's on the.
Oh, it's on the bed here. Gotcha. Oh, let's see here. Talked about next gen consoles. We are gonna do a spoiler after this of Kingdom Hearts, so just be sure to check that out. Cody, where can these guys find you?
Well, I actually have a little bit of my own channel. My other online username actually goes by Ryu Gamer. It's dragon. And I actually have my own YouTube channel. I don't really have anything on there yet. Just because I kind of made a YouTube account just to have one. So, don't have anything up there quite yet, but we'll get it all figured out.
And are you gonna make a Twitter or?
Yeah, I also have my own Twitter, Ryu Gamer.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have it all linked in there for you guys. So, don't need to worry.
And Katie, what about you? Are you gonna get involved in Twitter and social media stuff?
I'm already heavily involved in social media with my own, things aside from video games. So, yeah, probably. I don't actively use Twitter, but I can figure it out. I think that might be the easiest. I also really like to blog, but I don't know if that's, something that we could pursue with this sort of thing.
Right.
So.
And you can find me at well, I'm not gonna give you my personal Facebook.
Yeah.
But no, you can find me at BTG Inferno on Twitter. I also my YouTube. You can just search BTG Inferno, or the name of the podcast. It's Broken Controllers. So, and I just realized that all my stuff was set up for Near Automata here. So while I'm telling you guys where I can go here, I'm gonna add some title information. We're gonna actually take a break here in just a minute here, but you can find me at Twitter, the Blue Corner on Facebook, YouTube, BTG Inferno. My gamer tag is also BTG Inferno on Xbox Live and PlayStation. I have a different, I think it's BTG Inferno 22 or something like that. I don't know. Travis knows. He's in the chat. So, anyway, yeah, guys, we're gonna take a short break and then we'll be back with our spoiler podcast for Kingdom Hearts, and we'll take off on that. Thanks for watching, guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Peace.